You know, when you walk into like a massive sports bar or a modern corporate lobby, there's always that moment where you are just hit by this wall of perfectly synchronized 4K video screens.
Right, and we completely take for granted that the picture is just flawless.
Exactly. I mean, we just
Hmm.
assume someone plugged a really, really long HDMI cable into the back of a TV and called it a day.
Yeah, which couldn't be further from the truth.
So today we're doing a deep dive into the invisible gear that actually makes all those massive screens possible. And for you listening, we're looking at a spec sheet for this absolute beast of a device from HDTV Supply. It's the ZeeVee ZUHD60-2EA encoder.
Quite the name.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But it's a 3x1 switching input with dual LAN and a Dante encoder.
And, just to clarify that last bit before we get too deep into the weeds, Dante is basically the industry gold standard for syncing audio perfectly over a network.
Gotcha. So our mission today is to cut through the rest of the spec sheets, like alphabet soup, and uncover how this specific piece of equipment powers the complex video networks you see every day.
Let's do it.
So let's unpack the core function first. This device takes up to 3 inputs, so that's 2 HDMI ports and 1 USB-C port.
Right.
It's basically a multilingual traffic cop. But it doesn't just point cars down a highway. It takes these huge, chaotic crowds speaking different languages like HDMI or USB-C.
Instantly translates them.
Exactly. Translates them into a single, highly organized IP network language and then just sends them down the wire.
And the sheer visual power it's translating is massive. I mean, this encoder handles uncompressed quality video, specifically 4K 60 4.4.4 resolution.
4.4, that's the color data, right?
Yeah, that 4.4.4 part means absolutely zero color data is compressed. So every single pixel on that massive screen gets its own unique color information.
Wow. But pushing that much raw data would normally totally choke a standard network.
Oh, absolutely.
But the spec sheet says it uses JPEG 2000 compression to handle the load. How does that work?
Well, JPEG 2000 uses what's called wavelet compression. So instead of blindly crushing the file size and, ruining the image,
Which nobody wants.
right, it mathematically prioritizes the parts of the picture the human eye is actually most sensitive to and only compresses the rest.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, so you get the flawless 4K image you expect, but the data is actually manageable for the network hardware.
Okay, but if we're moving massive streams of pristine 4K video across a corporate network, we're not just hogging bandwidth, right? I mean, we're creating a huge security vulnerability.
That's a huge point.
Because anyone plugged into that network could potentially intercept a live feed of, say, a confidential board meeting.
Exactly, which is why this device doesn't just send data up to 328 feet over a Cat6e cable, it locks it down completely tight.
Yeah, I saw the spec sheet highlights AES-256 encryption and HDCP 2.3.
Yep.
But wait, AES-256 is literal military-grade encryption. Why put that on a video encoder? I mean, is someone really sitting in a van in the stadium parking lot trying to hack a standard feed of a football game?
I know, it sounds like total overkill until you consider the real-world installations.
Right.
I mean, these encoders sit in government facilities and corporate boardrooms, streaming highly classified, proprietary data, and even in a premium sports bar, you're dealing with legally copyrighted, extremely expensive video streams.
Right, so protecting that data is a legal requirement, not just a bonus.
Exactly. Hence the HDTP 2.3.
Which is the digital handshake thing, right?
Yeah, it's the handshake that prevents illegal copying.
Yeah.
It basically ensures the screen receiving the video is actually authorized to display it.
Okay, so that professional-grade security brings us to a reality check for anyone actually looking to buy this gear. HDTV Supply currently has this priced at $796, which is down from the MSRP of $2,245.
It's an investment.
Definitely. But for almost $2,000, you aren't getting a standalone magic box.
No. If you buy just this encoder, you've basically got yourself a very expensive paperweight.
Right.
It strictly requires a ZUHD60 decoder on the receiving end to actually operate. Plus, it doesn't come with cables or even a standard wall plug.
It's a classic pro-tech scenario. It's like buying a high-end sports car and then realizing you have to buy the tires separately.
Pretty much. But professionals demand a modular AV ecosystem so they can customize every single cable run.
That makes sense. And what about the power plug?
Well, this unit only draws about 7 watts and runs via PoE, which is power over Ethernet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you don't want a dozen bulky power cables cluttering up a pristine server rack when the Ethernet cable can handle both data and power seamlessly.
Totally. So to sum it all up for you listening, this ZeeVee encoder isn't just a simple adapter. It is a highly secure, pro-grade traffic director designed to push flawless 4K video across complex commercial networks.
Exactly. So the next time you're sitting in a stadium or a massive sports bar, surrounded by dozens of perfectly synced 4K screens, don't just look at the monitors.
Right.
Think about that invisible, encrypted network of encoders and decoders hidden behind the walls, silently and flawlessly shaping your entire visual experience.